Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the 7th episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer called Angel. Last time we saw Xander and a group of school bullies be possessed by hyenas. They really wanted a bacon sandwich and ate it directly from the source, and the bullies also killed Principal Flutie. The zookeeper who wanted the power of the hyenas in the first place removed the possession from the students and took it for himself for all of 30 seconds, when he was then thrown into the cage with the hyenas so they could have a snack. Let's see what happens in this episode. There's going to be any relevant trivia that I find over here during it, and I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
I will send the 3.
I'm going to guess they are the 3.
The fumigation party. It's an annual tradition. The closing of the bronze for a few days to nuke the cockroaches.
Wow, that sounds lovely.
When he is around, it's like the lights dim everywhere else. You know how it's like that with some guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No. Did she sense him? She's fought more before, hasn't she? I think. Or are these meant to be 3 of the strongest vampires, most powerful vampires? I suppose they're called the 3. They must be something special about them, or they just think they are. Spice them running. Why not take them on again? I don't think I've seen her run before.
A vampire can't come in unless it's invited.
How'd it put its hand in then?
Hi, what are you doing?
She was lucky. It didn't attack her.
Feel better with you safe and sound inside. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, okay. Angel, this is my mom. Mom, this is Angel. We'll hook up soon and do that study thing.
I don't think if I was her mother in that situation I'd fall for that.
Why don't you check and see if the Fang Gang is still loitering and, keep your back turned while I change.
She could always go to the bathroom and change.
I don't see them.
They look like this?
Yeah. What's with the uniforms?
It seems that you encountered the 3. Warrior vampires. Very proud and very strong.
So that looked like an old book, which implies those 3 vampires have been around for a very long time.
We failed in our duty, and now our lives belong to you.
So again, that implies this is the first time they failed because they've been around for so long. So that's it? They kill them?
I am weary, and their deaths will bring me little joy.
But her...
Of course, sometimes a little is enough.
looks like her, they give it immense joy to. So yeah, it's the first time they failed, so they're going to kill them. Blimey, that's a bit of a harsh boss.
What? What's wrong?
Ah, okay.
Angel's a vampire?
I'm going to do something I never normally do. I'm going to pause it. So, I think I said in the very first video that I watched that I have seen an episode, I think, of Buffy, and I knew there was a TV series, Angel. And unfortunately, I also knew that he was a vampire. But I didn't know how, when, why, where, the details. So, wanted to be honest and tell you it was still a surprise, but not perhaps as big a surprise as it could have been. But yeah, I didn't know if he became a vampire later on or something. So it's interesting now thinking about everything, and you can sort of see some of the signs. Yeah, I suppose when they race back to the house she did say to him quickly, "Come on in." So she invited him into the house. I still don't know how that vampire put his hand into the door, but yeah. So I wanted to be honest, tell you that. But yeah, so let's see what happens then.
Can a vampire ever be a good person, or couldn't it happen?
A vampire isn't a person at all. It may have the movements, the memories, even the personality of the person that it took over, but it's still a demon at the core. There is no halfway.
Seems to
So
be
that'd be
good
a
so
no,
far.
huh?
Wow. I've visited a couple of basement flats in my time, but that's taking the biscuit. No windows. No light.
Remember Budapest? Turn of the century? You were such a bad boy during that earthquake.
Turn of the century.
Is there anything better than a natural disaster?
This was 97, so that's
panic.
1900s.
The people lost in the streets.
So how old is he?
You're not one of them.
Oh. There are windows. That really looked like a basement with that door that he walked in from. He's got
You're
blood.
not exactly living off hunger for.
He's not taking it from the
What you
source,
You are.
but he's got to drink
That's
blood.
what makes eternal. Talk to her. Tell her about the curse. Maybe she'll come around.
Curse. So what curse?
There's mentioned some 200 years ago in Ireland of Angelus, the one with the angelic face.
They got that right.
200 years.
So Angel's been around for a while.
Not long for a vampire. 240 years or so.
240. Well, he said he was older.
Yeah.
Angelus leaves Ireland, wreaks havoc in Europe for several
I'm
decades.
jealous.
And then, about 80 years ago, he comes to America, shuns other vampires, and lives alone. There's no record of him hunting here.
So he is a good vampire. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being someone who's killing and maiming every night, and 1 being someone who's
Not.
not.
100 years or so before he came to our shores. What was he like then?
Like all of them, a vicious, violent animal.
So what happened?
Okay, so here's something I gotta know.
So she sensed Angel, but she doesn't seem to be sensing her. So is it that she can sense vampires, or she can just sense Angel? As the mother of the Slayer, she's in danger all the time, and she doesn't know. But she can't come in unless she's invited.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Darla, a friend of Buffy's.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Just got to say, come on in.
Then I was supposed to help her with the War of Independence. My family kind of goes back to those days.
Well, I know she's
I
supposed
think
to be
she
home,
goes
so
back
would you like
to
come in
those
and wait?
days. There's the invite. It's a bit unfair not warning her mother, because that's always a risk.
Let her go.
I just had a little. There's plenty more. Aren't you hungry for something warm after all this time?
So he's got the urges, but
Welcome home.
he's resisting.
Hey, I'm home.
Oh no. Oh dear. There's no way that doesn't look like what it was meant to have looked like.
You're not welcome here.
So by saying that, does that reverse the ability for a vampire to come in? By saying you're not welcome?
The librarian from your school. What's he doing here?
Yeah.
I just came to...
See if you want a book.
Wish you a speedy recovery.
Boy, the teachers really do care in this town.
They tend to care a little bit before they die.
She's out hunting you right now. She wants to kill you.
Leave me alone.
Why isn't he killing
She
her?
would look at... For 100 years, you've not...
That was pretty accurate. Unless she was aiming for the head. I'm assuming she was aiming for the heart. Closed of fumigation. If that happens in the UK, a place with closed of fumigation, it'd be a death knell for it. I don't think anybody would ever go there ever again. They said that's a yearly thing.
I know you're there. And I know what you are.
Do you?
So
I'm just an animal, right?
again, does she know he's there because she can sense him, or
Animals I like.
A little wide.
Why?
It was on purpose.
I invited you into my home and then you attacked my family.
Why not? I killed mine.
He said his family died from vampires. He killed them.
The elders conjured the perfect punishment for me. They restored my soul. When you become a vampire, the demon takes your body, but it doesn't get your soul. That's gone. No conscience, no remorse. It's an easy way to live.
I made him.
I made him. Does she mean that literally?
You don't think I came alone, do you?
I know I
was-
didn't.
I was gonna say, it seems odd to her
Scary.
being there on her own.
Scarier. So
That's quite a few bullets she fired then, though. I haven't been able to count how many bullets she's been firing, but she's fired a lot. And I would have
Come on,
thought
Buffy.
more than
Take it
could
like
be
a
held
man.
by each gun by now. Bye bye, Dala. Well, that kind of proved something. And now he's just going to walk off and disappear.
Ah, the post-fumigation party.
Okay, so what's the difference between this and the pre-fumigation party?
Much heartier cockroaches.
True. Or cockroaches that were away for the weekend. They still seem very cheery considering he is still a vampire. It's still way too soon to know his nature.
For one thing, you're like 224 years older than I am.
That's a bit of an age gap. But on the flip side, he could probably buy her alcohol, so... So, Slayer is in love with a vampire. Ironic. I don't know how he could, but I'm surprised Giles isn't gonna put his foot down about this.
It's just...
Painful. I know. See you around?
What was that from? That was a burn. Did she have a cross on round her neck? When they were kissing, it's burnt him. That's why he was acting funny. But he still did it. Okay. So, yes, I knew he was in the future a vampire, but yeah, didn't know he was still yet. That was a good episode. It was still a surprise. So Darla was over 400 years old, and I think she made him a vampire at least like 240 years old. So that would put him back 1750s, 1750-ish. That's when he was born. I think they said Ireland. And then 80 years ago, he got cursed by gypsies. They returned his soul. And from what he was saying, he's still got a demon inside him, but he's got his soul back. I don't quite know how it all works. So, him as a human, is he back as he originally was because his soul's been returned, and he has a demon inside him, so they're sort of fighting, or is he a demon and his soul's returned, and it causes the demon to not bite people and to sort of withhold themselves? I don't quite understand or know. Maybe that's something that's explained as time goes on, but yeah, a bit confused. So he doesn't seem to bite people, but he still needs to drink blood because he's got the blood in the fridge. It looked like proper medical bags with blood. So does he steal it from hospitals or something? I suppose that would make sense. You know, go to your nearest blood bank and rather than put it in, do a withdrawal instead. 2 to go, please. Yeah. So Darla's dead. The Master is now just down to the Anointed One. And I thought he was meant to be like this all-powerful warrior, but he's not doing anything. He seems to be just a kid that he's teaching. That's a bit weird. What's the point of him? Don't quite understand that. And the three, like I said, they had that. Giles had that book which had a picture of the three. It looked like an old book. They've obviously been around for a while. I would assume they've done lots of missions and killed lots of people. They've been alive for a long time. They've obviously fought off lots of people and won. And they make one mistake and he killed. Why would you want to work for the Master if that's what could happen? That seems a bit weird. But yeah. Well, that was obviously an important episode of just learning what Angel is. Trying to think back of anything that impacts in the episodes we've had. As far as I can remember, we've always seen him at night. He's fought again, beside her. Yeah, I don't think there were any real clues before. He gave her a cross, probably that cross that she was wearing, in a box. I wonder how he got hold of that. He obviously couldn't pick it up and put it in the box himself. I thought of something else. I've completely forgotten what it was. No, it's gone. So, yeah, that was a good episode. Oh, we'll see what happens in the next one. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Don't forget, no spoilers for the future episodes, because this might have opened a few floodgates, this episode, for future events. But yeah, so see you with the next one. Seeing you.